There's no feeling quite like that first time on the water after a long winter. It is absolutely stunning out here. As soon as I got out here, I could feel my whole nervous system just completely relax. And that's what it's all about. The ice just got off the lakes about 3 days ago, so I've got my dry suit and my PFD as some safety precautions since the lakes are still icy cold, but nonetheless, it's gonna be a fun time. I've also got a whole bunch of new gear to test out that I got over the winter, so enjoy and come along with me as I paddle out onto my first canoe trip of 2025. No fish in this tiny little lake, but that's okay. I'm gonna portage into the next one, and it's a much bigger lake, so hopefully that means there's gonna be a much higher chance of catching a trout. But the funny thing is here, this is my first portage of the season, and it is over 1,000 meters, so jumping right into it, no baby steps here. I decided I'm gonna take my dry suit off before I do this big portage, because otherwise I'm gonna sweat my butt off. Don't mind my shorts. All right, first portage of the season. I'm feeling good. This trail is nice and open. It's definitely got some elevation changes, but it's not too bad compared to what I'm used to. Okay, I'm making good progress, but it is getting pretty late in the day, and I just realized something. I've got this whole snowy section here in front of me, and I'm carrying the canoe over my head, and I realized I should go back and get my pack and use my canoe like a sled. Just pull it through the snow. It'll be so much easier. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run back to the start of the portage, grab the rest of my stuff, and we'll meet up there. But I think at this point I might be getting to the lake just before dark. So it's about 10 p.m. right now, and I managed to find a pretty sweet campsite not too far from the end of the portage. I got my tent all set up and my canoe all tucked away. Unfortunately, I didn't film anything because it was already pitch black by the time I got here, but I was looking at the weather for tomorrow, and it looks like I'm gonna get a pretty nasty thunderstorm rolling through. Lightning, high winds, heavy rain. I'm getting everything, but to be honest, I'm actually really looking forward to it because I've got a new tent with me on this trip, and I want to put it to the test. So bring on the storm. I'll show you all about my new tent tomorrow and talk all about it. But for now, I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna crawl in and hit the hay. But I'll see you in the morning. Just woke up to the first couple of waves of rain there. It's literally coming in waves. Like there's no rain right now, and then 5 minutes later it's just pelting the tent. It's pretty nice though. This is my new tent, the Durston X Dome 1 Plus. It did me real well last night. I slept like a baby. One night isn't a good enough test to state my opinion just yet. Alright, well, slight change of plan. I was flying my drone way up high in the sky, getting some beautiful aerial shots, and the storm picked up, and the wind started blowing like crazy, and my drone just got taken away. And I was fighting against the wind, but unfortunately the battery ran out, and it was a forced landing. And the drone landed about 400 meters away in a little beaver pond, and I think as it was landing, I was losing connection, but I was able to get it somewhat in the area of an island in the middle of the pond. So I'm going to head in there and see if I can't recover my drone, but it's a little bit frustrating. Actually, it's very frustrating. So funny enough, where I crashed my drone, I was actually planning on going there anyways this morning because there's a little stream that trickles in from that beaver pond, and it looks like it could be a pretty good fishing spot. Okay, so that island right there is where I'm hoping I can find my drone. There's no guarantees, and I'm really hoping it's not stuck up in a tree somewhere. All right, I've made it to the island, and now comes the hard part. This might be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. This is gonna be nuts. But I did find this pretty cool looking paddle. So technically, we're already up. This is a win. I think I might leave this here though. I don't need a paddle, and if someone's looking for it, I'll leave it for them. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see, moment of truth. Wow. Whoa, no visible damage on it. How lucky is that? Oh, it looks like one of the blades got slightly nicked, but I've got extra blades so I can swap them out. Oh, good to see you, buddy. Let's see if it turns on. No, the battery's probably dead. Oh my goodness, and the sun's starting to show. This is, what a turn of events. I'm just frying up some pork dumplings here. I've never done this in the backcountry before, but I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be delicious. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mmm. Oh, that is so good. Oh man, I am sweating buckets in my dry suit right now. It's like 25 degrees Celsius. It's super hot out, unseasonably hot. It's April 29th today. But at the same time, I gotta pay my respects to the icy cold water. Not that I'm gonna capsize or anything, but you never know. There's something so special about hearing that first loon of the season. What a nice sound. It feels like spring, right? I've been fishing and exploring this big lake here for a couple hours now, and no luck at all on the lake trout. So I think what I'm gonna do is portage into a couple smaller lakes that could have brook trout and try my luck there. The wind is really starting to pick up here. Luckily, this bay is a little bit sheltered, so it's actually quite calm where I am. But in the distance, I heard a couple trees go down, which was pretty cool. I'm also starting to hear a little bit of thunder, but by the looks of it, I think the storm is going to miss me. It all seems to be in the distance. I've definitely got my guard up right now, though. I just witnessed such an incredible moment. This massive chunk of ice, like probably, oh my gosh, like hundreds of pounds of ice. This chunk and that chunk came crashing down from way up there. It like fell like 30 feet down and then just smashed. It was the coolest thing. And I just so happened to be walking by. Look at this thing. This just came flying down from like 30 feet up. I can't move it at all. There's no way. Ugh, nope.
All right, I'm almost done this portage, but it started raining pretty good here, so I propped my canoe up in a tree and I'm just hanging out under it. Oh man, I really wish I had my tarp, or at least my rain suit. I literally took off my dry suit to do this portage. Yeah, that was kind of stupid. I would totally set up a shelter right here and just hang out, but this canoe is actually doing pretty well. It's just my legs getting a bit wet.
I always find it so refreshing to get caught in a storm like that, especially when it's a quick one, but an intense one, because for like 30 minutes you just get hit with this raw brute force of nature, pelted by rain. It's intense, it's scary, and then all of a sudden it passes, and now I'm left with this beautiful sunshine. It's calm out here, it's peaceful, there's barely any wind, and this can sort of be used as a metaphor in our day-to-day lives, right? It's not to get too deep here, but that's like the challenges that we face all the time, no matter what you're doing. It's a storm, and then it's calm. Storm, and then it's calm. Okay, I've just pulled my canoe up onto land here. There's the little creek flowing in there. And I'm gonna throw a couple casts in. We'll see, I'm feeling pretty good about this spot. You're looking okay. You're looking okay. I guess that wind hasn't died down after all. Alright, I just took a couple casts into some structure. There was a down tree. Check out what I got. Brook trout, baby. That's dinner. trying to form a little bit of a wind block. The wind is just relentless right now. Oh, this wind is so tough. It wants to go, but the wind keeps blowing it out. Here we go. Here we go. Stay lit. So as always, my dad hooked me up big time for this trip. He set me up with some beef tenderloin and a couple strips of bacon here. And he even wrote, "Have a great trip, Ben." Thank you, Dad. So, beef and fish and bacon and some rice. I'm gonna make some rice with this. This is gonna be quite the meal. My dad bought an entire beef tenderloin and he cut it off into individual steaks. And this was all the scraps that were left. So he gave me the scraps, but I'm not complaining, not even for a second. Okay, I'm gonna start this off with some bacon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that trout. First one of the season. So whenever I'm out camping, I always love to disconnect. I like to stay off my screens. I don't ever watch movies out here or anything on my phone. But it is a completely different story when the Leafs are in the playoffs.
Rolled back and McKee takes a hit as the puck just fell short of the icing line. Godet to...
Oh man, I must have slept like 12 hours. 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. I'd barely even moved too. I had my alarm set for 6 a.m. but when I woke up it was like freezing cold, and so I just closed my eyes for a little bit and ended up sleeping a few more hours. It actually dropped down to -3 last night. So yesterday afternoon was plus 25, like hot August weather basically, and then it dropped down to -3. That was probably one of the most gnarly temperature changes I've ever witnessed out here. On this trip, I had the pleasure of testing out a brand new product from a company called Inicio Outfitters. This is their new sleeping pad. It's called the Rocky Mountain Mat. I slept for 12 and a half hours last night, so I think that speaks for itself. But I was really surprised because they're selling this thing for $65, which is super, super cheap for any camping gear, but especially sleeping pads. High quality materials, it feels super durable. It's super light. I think it's just over a pound, and it folds up easy. It packs up nice and easy. Yeah, I don't know, for that price point, I don't think it gets any better than that. Here's what it looks like all packed up. Compare that to my 1 liter water bottle there. And I said that it was just over a pound, but I looked it up. It's 1.86 pounds. Still super light for that price point. And I mean, that's real nice to pack up into a bag. Yes! Oh, he's off. Come on, come back, come back. That is super cool to see a whole family of otters like that. Although I don't think they were too happy to see me. They were barking at me or growling or whatever that was. It was like a scoff, like, ugh. I just spent hours and hours fishing here with no luck at all, and I finally made it to the portage. I decided to take one last cast, and that's how it goes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna grab some of that ice on the portage trail, and I'll put it in a Ziploc bag with this guy, and I'll be able to cook it up at home. But what an awesome way to end the trip. That one little piece is holding it all together. Okay, I'm just gonna put that ice in this Ziploc bag, toss my fish in. There we go, that should stay cold until I get home. That ice will probably stay frozen until I get home, to be honest. Well, for my first canoe trip of the year, this has just been absolutely spectacular. Got some beautiful weather, got some not so beautiful weather with that intense thunderstorm, and got a couple fish. What more could you ask for? Alright, I just finished that huge portage. Now I've got one more little tiny lake to cross and I'm back at my car. So I think I'll wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.